Hello everyone and welcome to JIMIN Weekly News. I'm Dream and here is the first news for you. Jimin's Who is now the fastest K-act song and the fastest male solo song in history to surpass 1.4 billion streams on Spotify, doing so in just 191 days since its release and surpassing Jungkook's 7, becoming the fastest ever K-pop song to reach that milestone. Then it has reached over 1.2 billion streams on Spotify Global Chart, surpassing Good Luck Babe by Chappell Roan and Please 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 by Sabrina Carpenter. And Jimin's Who is now the longest charting K-act song in the top 10 of both the weekly and daily global Spotify charts. Next, Be Mine has surpassed 200 million streams on Spotify. It's Jimin's third track from Muse to achieve this milestone, which makes him now the first and only K-soloist to have 9 songs that have achieved over 200 million streams in Spotify history. Speaking of Muse, it has extended the record for the longest charting album by a Korean or Asian native soloist in the top 15 of Spotify USA weekly top albums 9 weeks. Then Jimin's Who has spent 21 weeks on the UK official singles chart at number 7, extending the record for the longest charting song by a Korean soloist, including solo and collaborative tracks, since the charts were reorganized in 2014, as well as the record for the longest staying K-pop solo song in the chart's top 10, 3 weeks. Then he continued to remain the longest charting K-soloist there this decade, 22 weeks, and he tied as the third longest charting song by K-act. And also, Jimin remains the first and only soloist to hit number 1 on the Spotify Weekly Top Artists South Korea chart for 80 weeks. He became the first and only act to be number 1 on Spotify Korea Daily Top Songs chart for 500 cumulative days, as well as Who is now the most streamed song of all time on Spotify Korea, surpassing his own Like Crazy and now owning the country's 2 most streamed songs of all time. Additionally, Jimin continues to break records and show amazing longevity on Billboard charts, where in the past 2 weeks, incredibly, in its 26th week on the chart, Who landed at 25 on Billboard Hot 100, remaining the longest charting K-soloist song of the past decade and becoming the third longest charting K-act song in history, surpassing Cupid by 50-50. 6 months after release, in its 27th week on the chart, Jimin's Who also reaches a new peak of 11 on Billboard Streaming Songs chart as the longest charting song by a Korean, K-pop or Asian native artist over the past decade and the second longest charting song by a K-act of all time. Jimin's Muse has re-peaked, reaching number 1 on Billboard's World Albums chart. Muse has charted for 27 consecutive weeks, including 3 number 1s, extending its record as the second longest charting Korean solo album following Faye's 63 weeks. Muse marks another groundbreaking achievement, now becoming the first and only album by a K-soloist to spend 27 weeks in Billboard 200 history. It also becomes 7th longest charting album by a K-act, where only albums by his own group BTS have charted longer. And then, in its 27th week on Hot 100 chart, Jimin landed at number 31, extending his record as the longest charting song by a K-soloist and the third longest charting K-act. Jimin also lands at 75 on the Billboard Artist 100 chart and is now officially the longest charting Korean K-pop or Asian native soloist there, spending total of 35 weeks on the chart. Additionally, Muse remained at number 1 on the Billboard World Albums in its 28th consecutive week, further extending Jimin's record for the second longest charting period for a Korean solo album, giving him now a total of 4 number ones, as well as he has now the 2 most longest charting K-soloist albums at number 1 in history. And here are all the rest of Jimin's positions on Billboard charts during the past 2 weeks period. Following up, according to Hits Daily Double, Jimin has grossed over $2 million in revenue, averaging 71,000 a week in the US in less than 7 months with Who. He is the first and only K-soloist ever to achieve such a result in the country. Jimin continues to make history and build his legacy. Even in his absence, he and his music are receiving love and building a passionate following from around the world, which we love to witness every single day. This devotion can be seen also through his wins at voting sites like YouPeak, where he earned 5 special badges and was rewarded with 15 simultaneous advertisement broadcasts, 7 domestic and 8 of which were overseas. Here is a quick compilation video of all the ads locations, some of which were displayed for Jimin until February 7th. Enjoy! Then Jimin won first place in the monthly K-Doll rankings for January 2025. With this, Jimin broke his own record for most number 1 rankings in a month, now counting 40 times. He also won Artist of the Month January poll conducted by iKpop, 2 awards at the 2024 MuBeat Awards held through the MuBeat app, Album of the Year for Muse and MV of the Year for Who, winning this category for a second consecutive year. He remained at number 1 for the January's Korean Male Idol Popularity Vote by Japanese media Danmi. He ranked first in Bag's favorite team vote for the likable star you want to introduce to your family, and he will receive a COEX Media Tower digital signage from 8 to 21st of February. Who also wins Best Song at the Mega Champ Awards, a joint collaboration voting program between Idol Champ and Celeb Champ. He will receive a special physical trophy PR article, and huge ads at Hongik University Station and Express Bus Terminal Station for 7 days. And in addition, Shining Awards K-pop Artist of the Year 2024 poll has declared Jimin the winner as well. To celebrate this incredible achievement, a donation will be made to a global charity in Jimin's name with a certificate of donation issued. After that, additionally, to celebrate Jimin's 10,700th day, he received an overwhelming first place in Favorite Idol voting. And he also became the 710 donation charity fairy of January for Jhope, where the donation will be made to the Mural Welfare Foundation in Jimin's name. So, if we speak about donations, in January, a fan of Jimin has donated 300 kilograms of rice in his name to the Busan headquarters of child welfare organization, the Green Umbrella Foundation. The rice will be used to help support children from low-income families. In December last year, in honor of Jimin's completion of 1 year in military service, 12 Jimin fan bases also donated 1,000 kilograms of rice to Busan to spread kindness through his good influence. And then, Jimin's Stan fan base donated over 30,000 baht, roughly $900, to One Heart to New Life campaign at the Children's Hospital Foundation. It will be used to help save 25 infants from critical congenital heart disease, which is fatal without treatment. We are so proud that Jimin inspires these acts of kindness across the globe. K-Media also reported on Jimin being a leader and role model in donating to charity since debut, with over 1 billion won in publicly known official donations by writing, "Jimin is a leading charity angel in the music industry. He has continuously carried out good deeds in various fields, a role model, constantly donating to improve the welfare and education of the unprivileged." And now, the summary of Jiminie mentions by other idols, celebrities, media outlets, and much more. On January 20th, Arirang News, the cultural wave, reported on Jimin's Who remaining strong on UK official singles chart, and couple of days later, on the same program, they reported about Jimin's historic records, including Muse 26 weeks straight on Billboard 200, longest for a K-pop solo artist, and they shared Jimin's 4 iHeart Awards nominations, as well as that he's the first Korean to be nominated for Best Lyrics. Other TV broadcasts mentioning Jimin's iHeartRadio nominations were KBS News Issue Culture and SBS Morning Wide. In addition to that, Philippine newscast Frontline Tonight also reported on Jimin's historic Billboard achievements, like him becoming the longest charting K-pop soloist on Billboard Artist 100 and on Billboard 200 with Muse. Next, we had producer Casual Cass again praising fan support for Jimin by sharing his amazing results on Billboard Hot 100 after 26 weeks on the chart. Rapper Din Din expressed his awe of Jimin's song performance while he is enlisted on his SBS Power FM late night radio program Din Din's Music High by saying, quote, "Jimin's song is the 6th among the most streamed songs of 2024 on Spotify. It's unbelievable how the song is in the top 10 most streamed songs globally. It's way bigger than what I thought. Wow, it's so cool. Is it possible for a song to do this well while the singer is serving in the military? I'm so excited for this year." Then J-Wave Step 1, a Japanese popular Tokyo-based morning radio show on J-Wave that typically features music, news, and various segments designed to start the day on a positive note, mentioned Jimin's hit song popularity in Bulgaria by saying Jimin's Who was released last summer, but it is still a long-running hit in Bulgaria. Who has become a long hit. Wow, what's up? The world is big. Who is the #1 streamed song of all time on Spotify Bulgaria. After that, Who was also the tune of the last week of January on BBC Radio 1, Matt and Jerry in UK. And it was #1 most requested song of the same week at Channel R Radio On Demand Top 10 list. Then we also got Sophia from Cat's Eye singing and vibing to Like Crazy during her Weavers Live.
You know, I know, I'd rather be lost in
A video of Lunoi Mitani, dancing violinist, performing Who at the 51st Annual Los Angeles Korean Festival last September was recently uploaded to his channel. The festival is the largest festival in the US promoting Korean culture, of which Jimin's song was performed as a representative example. Jaden Liu, who danced with BTS in 2014, recounted recently his impressions of Jimin in a video on his TikTok account by saying, "I can tell you that Jimin behaved incredibly with us. He was the first to arrive, super excited to greet us with all the energy in the world. In fact, he greeted me first. During the 2 days we were in training with them, Jimin always had a very pleasant and kind attitude. He was always smiling and joking with us and the group. He helped us a lot with the formations and dance positions. Honestly, Jimin is 10 out of 10. Everyone is really good, but Jimin is incredible." Then, at the Tank City Norebank Party event held at Tank City Mall, a shopping mall located in Jakarta, Indonesia, Jimin's Who was played at the event and the participants sang the song together. And Who was used as background music in the French reality singing competition TV Star Academy, where previously they've been playing other songs from Muse like Slow Dance, Smeraldo Garden Marching Band, and Rebirth.
Oh, c'est trop cool.
La tournée de la Starac, c'est incroyable. Mais c'est l'une des 5 plus grosses tournées françaises.
Finally, in addition to all of the above, we also got a new Jiminie BTS Japan Fan Club Fan Cafe wallpaper from BTS Corner. As of the World Press articles, on January 23rd, in an interview with Cultured magazine, a famous renowned star florist, Suna Shin, praised Jimin when asked about memorable behind-the-scene moments when working with artists on set. She complimented Jimin's professionalism while filming the Smeraldo Garden Marching Band music video by saying, quote, "I remember everyone feeling awestruck at the sight of him, not once frowning and dancing extremely hard and thinking he's truly amazing. I kept thinking it's not everyone who can be a singer." Even as Jimin was busy, it was so heartwarming to see that he constantly sparked conversation with the kids and adults and taking care of them. Like always, our kind and precious Jiminie never fails to deeply impress everyone he meets. Then, Forbes wrote about Jimin's popularity, reflecting in his single Who returning to #1 on Billboard World Albums chart. And Jimin was selected as one of the 30 musicians on Madame Tussauds Hot 100 of 2025 list. Every year, Madame Tussauds in London, the world-famous wax museum, publishes its Hot 100 Wax of Fame, which lists 100 influential people in the world. While this list is not a direct indicator of future Madame Tussauds figures, it is described as talents on the institution's radar, the world's most influential people, and a distinct and anticipative guide to the stars shaping tomorrow's cultural landscape. The description of Jimin on the list noted as follows: flexing his famous falsettos outside of the BTS supersphere, the K-pop star released his first solo song in 2018, Promise, which enjoyed the biggest 24-hour debut in SoundCloud's history. It was a promise, quite literally, of something huge to come. When Like Crazy topped the Billboard Hot 100, making him the highest charting Korean soloist of all time. Since then, Who has smashed even more records. Naturally, he's the eye of super producers P-Dog and Mr. Franks, who masterminds Ariana Grande's work. Other member mentioned on the list was Jungkook. There were also many new pieces written by K-Media, like for example, about Billboard revisiting BTS's Jimin making history with Like Crazy, amazing record of being the only top Hot 100 Korean solo song. About Set Me Free Part 2 surpassing 400 million streams. And about Who becoming the fastest K-pop song to surpass 1.4 billion streams on Spotify. Next up, continuing with Jimin military mentions and updates, we got another couple of recently discharged soldiers sharing on their social media autographs with messages from Jiminie and JK. Then, a hairdresser whose salon was visited by Jimin and Jungkook last December shared recently on social media that Jimin is so handsome in person, he has great skin with no visible pores, and his hair is pretty with some waves. She said he's so hardworking, doing so well, praised a lot, and is also the king of social skills. Then we got a new info that 5th Infantry Division, where Jiminie and Jungkook are serving, is about to carry out a cold weather tactical training from 10th to 14th of February, just like last year. The soldiers will do outdoor camps, sleep in outdoor tents in climate below 0 degrees Celsius. We are all wishing for their safety in completion of this difficult task. We hope they will complete it successfully. And also, as of recent division updates, Jimin has officially been promoted to Sergeant. Congratulations to our brave Sergeant Jiminie, who is now another step closer to discharged. Only 4 months left. We are so proud of you, Jiminie. Following with a few of the recent OT7 news, BTS becomes the first group and Asian act in history to surpass 42.1 billion streams on Spotify across all credits, with No hitting 100 million streams on Spotify. Proof officially becomes BTS's 7th album to have all its songs surpass the mark of 100 million streams each, the most for any Asian act and group overall. Then we had Louis Vuitton posting a video of Jhope at the Men's Fall Winter 2025 show in Paris that he attended, and Jhope himself updated us a few times on his Instagram and TikTok while also releasing a live performance practice of his incredible Gala de Pigeon appearance. I also did a reaction to it if you are interested in watching it with me. Next, Jin released his new OST Close to You. He unveiled a teaser video ahead of his new campaign as the brand's global ambassador for the sports clothing brand Alo. The new Netflix concept guest house variety show that Jin will be joining, Kian's Bizarre B&B, was announced to be released in the second quarter of 2025, and also he posted a few messages for us on Weverse. After that, RM was named by Rolling Stone Korea as the Domestic Star of the Year 2024. And he also updated us a few times with posts on his Instagram and Weverse profiles. In addition, Taeyang wrote few words for us on Weverse, as well as Jungkook posted an update video of BAM on his Instagram.
앉아서. 아니.
And as a closing section this week, we finally have a JIMINE social media update as well. So, on the evening of January 29th, our sweetest and the loveliest fairy angel Jiminy came to Weverse and posted for us yet another most heartwarming letter ever. And here is what he wrote. Hello armies, this is Jimin. I enlisted in December the year before last, and at some point the years changed twice. I've been serving in the military for about a year and 2 months, and yeah, I really feel like time flows differently here. It hasn't been easy per se, but there are things that I'm learning and feeling along the way. And I'm just waiting for the day I can tell you all about it and we can have some fun conversations. Well, my life hasn't really changed that much. This is the military after all, so I'm just living the same life. I do my training, daily tasks, work out, and just like that, the entire day is done by and it's time to sleep. If I had to think of one thing that's changed, it would be the year, and with that, the conversations I have with Jungkook before we go to bed. Those have changed a lot. The day we'll be able to meet you all armies is getting closer, so we are thinking about seeing you again and about all the things we'll have to get ready before that, or what kind of things to show you in the future and what kind of lives we'll be living, etc. We are talking about a lot of things. To be honest, there's also this worry that it's going to be a little scary. It's been a really long time since we all performed together, and it's also been a while since we spent all our time working on music and performing, so I'm a little scared. But my intention to present the best possible performance for you, armies who have been waiting all this time, has not changed. I'll put a lot of effort into getting it all ready, I really will. I will work so hard, I will come back as someone with really quite good things to show you. To our armies who I miss so much and who I am just eternally grateful for, until the day we meet, please take care of your health, and I hope that you're always having days that make you happy. Happy New Year, Army. I love you. I really do. I mean, honestly, I really do. Right after his message was posted on the same night, YTN News immediately reported about it on their evening broadcast. He is just the most precious. It is so good to hear from him and have this beautiful reassurance of his dedication to us and his work. We can't wait to meet you again, Jiminie, and in the meantime, please, you also always be happy and healthy. And finally, I as well want to wish you, all my lovelies, the most loving and wonderful Valentine's Day. Stay tuned for my annual BTS fan music video prepared especially for this occasion, coming soon. So that is all for this week's news, and at the end, like always, please enjoy Jiminie achievements. See you next time.